When our next guest was 17, he was sent to prison for killing another teen during a fight. He spent 16 years in prison. During this time, he turned his life around by taking part in several programs, and today he is a youth counselor at the Fortune Society, an organization that helps former incarcerated men and women re-enter society. Mr. Roberto Rodriguez, welcome to the show.
Pleasure to have me. Thank you.
So you've gone through a lot of tough things in your life already, haven't you?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. But you seem to have moved beyond that, and you're with an organization right now that's doing some, from what I understand, wonderful things. Absolutely. Would you like to talk a bit about that organization?
Absolutely. Fortune Society is a nonprofit org who caters to the formerly incarcerated and individuals who may have any infraction with the law of felony level offense, and rather than then having to be sent to prison, they will be mandated to attend prevention programs at Fortune Society that will eventually give them skills and tools that they may need in order to maintain a free, crime-free life.
Okay, so this is an alternative.
Right, alternative to incarceration.
Let's say I had committed a crime. I might have an opportunity to work with your organization instead of being incarcerated, instead of spending time in prison.
Right, not so much work as well. There are internships, but it's more or less having to get into a program that more or less is catered towards the offense. For example, you may have been arrested for a crime of substance abuse, or you may have been had anger issues. So Fortune Society offers a various of programs that will address issues sort of that nature.
Okay, give me a specific example, and with a specific crime, and do you have, can you give us, without mentioning names, an example of someone who's worked with your program?
Well, you had, part of the wellness program is an enhancement program.
Okay.
That's in conjunction with the Substance Abuse Treatment and the Better Living Center, which is a licensed mental health clinic at Fortune. And what I do as a wellness navigator and case manager is that the clients that I serve are more or less are either youth or an adult or female or male gender. And in my instances, they have individuals who may have already had an experience, like, trying to prevent having to face time. So more or less when I engage them, I sort of like speak to them and sort of encourage them not to choose that path, because there's nothing there's a lot at stake for them.
Okay, let me, I want to try to work through this clearly.
Right.
Say my name is Joe, and I commit a crime. Give me the crime that I committed. Tell me that.
It could range from...
Pick one. Pick a specific.
Possession of paraphernalia.
Okay, suppose I have possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm convicted of that crime.
Right.
Okay? The judge says, you work with this organization. Joe, I go to you. Okay, tell me what happens when I go to you. What do you do?
In many instances, that's not my role.
Okay.
Fortune Society has court advocates.
Okay.
Staff that's stationed in each 5 boroughs, and what they do is, as the judge is reading out the cases to the defendants, the court advocate will impose and recommend that the client, rather than having to face time, he'll be referred to Fortune.
Okay.
To attend prevention programs.
So I attend your program.
Right.
What happens at the program?
Well, at the program, they are mandated to attend at least 20 hours of any type of prevention program. It's 5 days a week. Okay. And it could be up from 6 months to up to a year, depending on the participant's progress. Okay. So if they comply, they'll more likely avoid having to be sent to prison.
Okay, if I don't show up, what happens?
Right, well, it'll be reported to the court.
Okay.
The judge will be notified immediately, and he will more than likely will be remanded.
Sure. Okay. So how do you judge my progress? I'm Joe. I was convicted of this. I am in your program. How do you determine that I am making progress? What's your evaluation procedure?
Well, it's a team effort. For instance, in my case, in my position, I work in conjunction with the primary counselor, which is the substance abuse counselor. And more or less what we do is we try to address the needs that the client may come in with. For example, a lot of men and women who are re-entering society, a lot of them are not, they may not have a primary care physician, a psychiatrist. They may not have no source of income. So my role as a wellness navigator and case manager is to address issues as that by trying to link them. It's a linkage of care. So what I do is I have the resources at my fingertips as I meet with them, and we tailor out what's the most immediate needs that they may have in order to be successful, and we address those needs accordingly.
So this is a wonderful program for the right person, obviously. It's a great alternative.
Right.
And quickly, who are the kinds of people that should take advantage of the services of Fortune?
Well, I would say anyone who's trying to better themselves, anyone who's trying to prevent having to choose that life of crime, if they really want to, become equipped with the skills and tools that they may need, I would recommend Fortune Society, because Fortune Society embraces each client as they come in. And I would like to paraphrase our president of Fortune Society, Ms. Joanne Page, how she often states, treat each individual that walks in through Fortune's door like if they were a family member that was coming in to seek services. And that's sort of the mindset that we have collectively.
Okay. Great. We have about 2 minutes left. We were talking earlier, and you mentioned that you had some things personally, based on your experience, that you would like to share with the youth of the Bronx and others in the Bronx. And I thought this could be a good time to do that.
Well, my advice to the youth in the community is, take heed to the advice that your parents and loved ones and those significant others are in your life. Take heed to the advice that they give you. Do not choose your friends over your family, because at the end of the day, your family is the ones that's gonna stick through you. It's a lose-lose situation when you choose the life crime, or you choose to get involved with gangs activities and things of that nature, because there's nothing good that's coming out of it. So
Why is it lose-lose? Why is it lose-lose?
Because, you devastate not only the community, you devastate the lives of others. You're destroying your family, you're destroying, a victim who may have been walking by, and because you choose to have the mentality, that you have from having to be living that lifestyle, you victimize someone who perhaps was on their way to going to work or paying the rent.